I think you have understood this point. F1, though these are their arguments are same, but when F1 is a function of Vd, F2 should not be function of only Vd. Okay, got my point? But suppose if F1 is suppose only Vd. Okay, suppose this F1 is just Vd. Can the F2 be also Vd? No, F2 cannot be Vd. F2 should be something else. Suppose V0 or Vd minus V0 or V0 minus Vd, like that, isn't it? So therefore, in that table that I have shown in the last class, some okay. So in that table, some boxes are black. Can you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is the this is the reason for that. So why some boxes are black there? So that combination is not possible. Okay, so the functions are such that if the F1 is only a function of Vd, then F2 should be other than only Vd. Okay, so it can be V0 or Vd minus V0 or V0 minus Vd, like that. Okay. So anyway, so today we discuss first. Let me discuss the control part, or I can also discuss one of the non-isolated DC-DC converter. Okay, isolated DC-DC converter, because all the converters we have discussed is basically yes.
স্যার আমার একটা কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল, আপনি লাস্ট ক্লাসে 3 টার্মিনাল ডিভাইস বলেছিলেন আমরা ইউজ করি প্র্যাকটিক্যাল সিচুয়েশনে, তাহলে কি স্যার
আমরা ইউজ করি না,
যেটা আমরা
no, we don't use that. I told that can be represented by a 3-terminal device.
Oh,
that is not the practical implementation.
Practical situation আমরা তাহলে
in practical situation we use the same circuit that I have drawn earlier.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
That is the only circuit we use. Correct? So is there any doubt regarding that? Okay. So what I will do today, I will discuss at least one isolated DC-DC converter. In case of isolated DC-DC converter, there is some sort of isolation in form of transformer. Okay, and one very important isolated DC-DC converter is flyback converter, which is very much used in practical applications. Flyback converter. Okay, now we will approach to the flyback converter from our non-isolated DC-DC converter, and that is the buck boost type. Okay, so can you tell me that in buck boost converter, where do we place our inductor, in which branch?
The parallel branch.
In the shunt branch, correct. So that you should remember, last class also I mentioned it repeatedly, that you should remember that in this buck boost converter only we place the inductor in the shunt branch. So this is our buck boost converter, isn't it? Is it okay? And what is the polarity here at the output? In general, depending on the diode polarity,
Sir, upper side negative.
correct. So upper side will be negative and the lower side will be positive. So this is the common convention of the buck boost DC-DC converter. So we will use this circuit to make a typical isolated DC-DC converter. Again, I am repeating the term isolated DC-DC converter because isolated DC-DC converter will have some sort of isolation, electrical isolation. And by the term electrical isolation, what comes in our mind is a transformer, isn't it? Am I right? Okay,
Yes, sir.
so when I discussed the transformer, then I perhaps told you that in some application, the transformer is used only for giving isolation. And that is called the isolation transformer, isn't it? So here also, we will use some sort of transformer in the circuit. So that is our objective. Okay, but in the normal buck boost converter that I have drawn, here we don't have any sort of electrical isolation. Directly this VD is connected to your circuit. Okay, now there is a certain advantages of giving isolation in the circuit. In the safety point of view, there is certain advantages. Anyway, so what I will do here, I will take this simple circuit for the non-isolated DC-DC buck boost converter, and I will try to approach to a flyback DC-DC converter. Now I will redraw this circuit in a different way. You just tell me whether I am drawing it correctly or not. What I will do, I will change the relative positions of the switch. The diode and the inductor. Okay, so inductor, keeping inductor same, only what I am doing, I am keeping the switch and diode in the other series branch. In the bottom series branch, I am placing those. You just analyze the circuit and let me know whether I have done it correctly or not. Whether the same circuit will. Okay, so first let me finish that, then I will take your question. Now you analyze this circuit B, and let me know whether I have drawn it for getting the same type of operation in circuit A.
No, sir. Circuit B is definitely different from circuit A.
How?
Sir, because sir, during the open period in the circuit A, the current direction is from plus to, I mean, the current direction is from P to
Sir, I think same.
same. So sorry, sir. Opposite is same.
Okay, so you are right. I think your confusion is very genuine. That is, when the switch is on. Okay, when the switch is on, the circuit the current through the inductor is opposite, but that doesn't matter. We are interested in the current through the load. That doesn't change, isn't it? Does it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I just
That
didn't
means-
notice that you also changed the diode position. I mean, you made the P and N.
Okay.
also interchange them.
Actually, that is the thing. The switch and diode position both I have to change. Diode polarity.
Yeah.
So that means this circuit A and B is exactly identical. Okay. Then what I will do, I will draw the circuit, another circuit. So we can draw here the equivalent sign like this. Okay, so keeping this part as it is, what I will do, I will twist. So I will cut it here. Suppose I will cut the circuit here and I will twist it. Got my point? Whether that will change anything? Got my point? What I want? I will twist the circuit here.
So still it remains same.
And what about the polarity?
It's as it is, as it was.
No. If I twist it,
The
then
polarity
the
is reversed.
polarity,
Reverse.
polarity will
Sorry,
reverse.
plus minus. Plus minus.
Only I'm twisting that part. I'm cut that dotted line towards the dotted line and just switching the right thumb. Twisting the right thumb portion of the circuit. Okay, so let me write its circuit C. Okay, then what I will do, I will place a transformer instead of this part. So how can I make? How can I represent that part as a transformer? Let me know. So this part will remain same. This part will be as it is. Okay. Now can I place any transformer here over here in this open part? And if I place a transformer, then what should be its polarity? So we should,
Reverse polarity.
yes, because the circuit is crisscross over there. So that means if I put a dot here, I have to place dot over here. And if I place non-dot, so I have to place non-dot here. Okay, so this is how I can insert a isolation over there in form of transformer. Okay, so this is all about this flyback converter. Correct? Now, actually, this L will be no longer required. Can you tell me why?
Sir, because of the magnetizing reactance.
Correct. Because of the magnetizing inductance of the transformer. because transformer itself has, if we draw the equivalent circuit of a transformer, you will have, there is some resistance, reactance for the primary, and there is some magnetizing inductance, core loss resistance, etc., etc., and there is some ideal isolation. So this is the ideal isolation, and this part of the circuit is there in the primary side. And if we neglect all this, so already we have some inductance here. So we can write it Lm over there, and this part of the circuit transformer is ideal one. Okay, so therefore we don't need any additional inductance. So inductance will inherently come from the magnetizing inductance of the transformer. Okay, so this is called the flyback DC-DC converter. Okay, so as we have already approached it from the non-isolated buck boost converter, so therefore there is no need to explain the operation, because here also we'll get the similar output voltage gain, that is d by 1 minus. Okay, so that means
Sir?
flyback. Yes.
Sir, could you please repeat once more why we are isolating the VD and what the purpose of isolation is?
Purpose of isolation is general. That means if there is some problem in the input side, output side there should not be propagated. Okay, so the output side, there should be safety. Just like in case of when we compared a two-winding transformer and an auto transformer, so there also we discuss similarly. Suppose when we reconfigure a two-winding transformer, when we reconfigure an auto transformer from a two-winding transformer, we always get advantages in terms of specific losses, the KVA rating, everything becomes more. But still we don't use the auto transformer in our power system applications. Have you seen any auto transformer in the distribution application or in the generating plant? Okay, we don't use the auto transformer in those applications. Why? Because everything it has, but except the isolation. Got my point? বুঝতে পারছি আমি কি বলছি? হ্যাঁ বলো।
Sir, in buck boost converter, the voltage gain was d by 1 by d, right?
Yes.
And sir, in this flyback converter, the voltage is d by 1 by d.
Yes.
Just the electrical, they are just separated electrically. I mean, just isolated electrically. But is there any other reason to use this flyback converter?
No. The thing
Instead
is,
of that buck boost converter.
No. So that one of the reason is it provides you the gives some isolation. And that is that is very good for safety from the safety point of view. Also from the protection
Because
of the
isolation.
Yes, from protection point of view, that is required.
But the voltage gain are same.
Voltage gain.
Both.
Okay, so there are other types of isolated DC-DC converter as well, but I have discussed only one. Okay, the next point which I will discuss today, that is very important, that is the PWM concept. Okay. Now, what is PWM? You have already seen that the control of the switches generally we accomplish through the PWM controller. There are other technique as well, but PWM has special advantages. Okay. Now, how we actually implement the PWM in the circuit, that we should understand clearly. Okay, so that means what is the objective of generating a PWM signal? The PWM signal basically controls the switch which we use in our converters, isn't it? Okay, suppose this switch is a typical MOSFET switch. Okay, and this at this terminal we provide our switching signal. I'm not going into the device in details because that I will discuss later. Okay, so suppose this is a MOSFET and where I provide the switching signal to this base. Okay, now how we generate the switching signal, that I will discuss. Okay, now suppose what we want to control the voltage, the output voltage of a DC-DC converter. Correct? So that means, suppose what I want, suppose there is a buck converter. I want a regulated buck converter. That means suppose I have some input voltage of 110 volt. What I want the output voltage to be 24 volt. And my objective is to control the regulate the voltage around this 24 volts only. There should not be any deviation from this 24 volt output voltage. Okay, so that means this is my set voltage or this is my reference voltage, isn't it? Can I say that? কি বুঝতে পারছো? So this is my reference voltage, or we can also call it the reference output voltage, VOR. Okay, now there may be some deviation from it in the actual cases, and your actual voltage can be other than this 24 volt. Now your controller should operate accordingly to maintain the voltage at 24 volt. Okay, so that means there is another variable which is the actual output voltage. Which is not exactly VOR, it can deviate from your VOR. So have you studied any concept of control system so far? Do you have control system in
Sir,
your?
কোন জায়গাটা?
No, very basic one, like closed loop control, open loop and closed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what is a very basic block diagram of a closed loop control?
Yes, sir.
What is that? Actually, we have some are like this. Okay.
Yes.
And what are the two signals over there? What are the left?
Sir, input signal.
So there is a
Sir,
reference input and there is a
and there is some
So this is called the
fraction
reference.
of output.
Correct. So this is the reference, isn't it? This
Yes,
is the reference. And here in the negative, what is that signal?
so that's a feedback from
That is a
the output.
feedback from the output. And if the feedback gain is unity, then that is the output only. Or we can say is controlled output, CT. So RT and CT. RT is used for the reference signal and CT is the controlled output signal, assuming the gain is 1, the feedback gain is 1. And whatever the signal is generated here, what is that? RT.
Error signal or
Error.
actuating signal.
What is this? This is the error.
Error signal.
Because that means output is not exactly equals to your reference one. What you want. মানে তুমি যেখানে চাইছো এটা RT-টা, কিন্তু এখানে RT-টা exactly সেটা হচ্ছে না। Practical case বলছি আমি। Suppose you want it should be 24 volt, but it is now at 20 volts. Okay. Now what is the error? Error is 4 volt for this particular. So we call it error variable, error signal, ET. Correct? Okay. Now we generally place some controller over there. So this is called the controller. Sometimes we just we don't use the controller over there, but in general block diagram there should be some controller, and this controller controls the plant or the process.
So there's an actuator between the controller and the plant.
Correct? That I have incorporated within the controller itself.
Controller. Okay.
Okay. Sometimes all this controller, plant, and actuator is plugged within a single block. That also there in your books. Okay. So that means here I have separated the controller and the plant, and this is your output CT. So this is a simple block diagram of, and this MT, the output of the controller is called the manipulated variable, MT. Okay, so controller manipulates the error for your plant, so that
So
plant can generate.
So MT is also the control input, the manipulatory input.
Controller output or manipulated input to the output to the plant. Okay, whatever. So this is the normal or very basic block diagram of a closed loop system. Okay, and here the feedback is unity. The feedback gain is unity, so therefore the same output is coming to the summer. Okay, so actually how we can implement a summer? You have studied your analog circuits in theoretical class
Sir,
as well as using
op-amp.
using simply or an op-amp, isn't it? So here we can use our reference RT, and here the actual output voltage V0. Okay, this will generate your error signal. Okay, and this error signal then I will send to some comparator. Okay, so in that comparator, there I will use another signal that is called the carrier signal. Generally, what type of carrier signal we use? We use short-tooth, we use triangular waveform. Okay. and thereby we generate the switching signal we want. So this is the basic block diagram for generating the switching signal in PWM. Okay. So that means here we actually manipulating the error in this way. We are not providing the error directly to the plant. We are manipulating the error by comparing it with a carrier signal. So that is the trick over here. So we are not providing the error directly to the plant or directly to your system. You are manipulating it with comparing with some sort of carrier signal. Okay, and the carrier signal can be in form of sawtooth or in form of triangular waveform. Is the point clear? Now, yes.
Sir, in that above example, you gave 110 volt as the reference input, right? And that output was 24 volt.
No, no, not. You see, just see clearly. Here the reference voltage is 24 volt. An actual voltage can be anything other than 24 volt, or it can be 24 volt also. In that case, the error will be 0. This is my actual input of the DC-DC converter. So that will come to the plant when I will. So this, okay. If you can remember, when I discussed in the very first class, when I discussed the different aspects, different properties of converters, there I mentioned 2 circuits. One is the power circuit and one is the control circuit. The power circuit in which the basic power flows, but you need some control circuit for that, isn't it? So this is the part of the control circuit. Now this 110 volt is the input of the power circuit. Got my point? And 24 volt is the output of the power circuit. Now here for the control circuit, 24 volt is the input. So that is the difference. What my point was saying. The 110 volt is input and 24 volt is output. That is for the power circuit. But for the control circuit, 24 volt is the input. And output can vary. And as the output is varying, as the output is deviating from the 24 volt, then only I require this type of controller.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now let me draw the, okay, so I will first discuss the sawtooth, and in a later stage, I will convert it to the triangular. When I'll discuss the advanced circuits like inverter, then I will switch to the triangular carrier signal. It's difficult to draw here, but I am just trying my best to draw it. Okay. Suppose my error signal somewhere here. এটা তো উপর দিকে উঠে গেল। Anyway, থাক এরকম। Your internet connection is unstable. Can you hear me properly?
Sir, it's distorting a little bit, but overall it's okay.
Understood. Okay, so this, what is this? This is your error, which I have mentioned earlier. This is the error signal, which is generated by comparing the reference and the output voltage. So that is the error here. And what is this? This is the carrier waveform. So this is the carrier waveform. Let me write with VST, sawtooth. Okay. So these are the two signals, and the maximum value of this, let me write VST cap. That is the maximum value of the sawtooth waveform. আমি একটা ক্লাসে আছি, তুমি আমাকে পড় মানে আধ ঘন্টা পড়টা। হ্যাঁ। Okay. Now the logic is when your control voltage is more than this error voltage is more than your carrier signal, then it will send you a on pulse, otherwise it will be off. Okay, got my point?
Please repeat again the last part.
I have just written here. You see, when VE is more than VST, then it will send an on pulse, an on signal. The switching signal will be on or 1, whatever, and 0 otherwise. So according to this logic, what should be the So let me first drop this line, vertical lines, then okay. Now you tell me that now where I will get the on pulses and where I will get the off pulses according to this logic. Anyone? Let me ask somebody. Just a minute. Okay, roll number 8, Sushobon Sarkar.
Yes, sir.
You just tell me that I have drawn several intervals. In the first interval, what should we expect applying this logic? The logic I have written here. So according to this logic, in the first interval, that means in this interval, what should I expect? An on pulse or an off pulse?
In the first interval, sir.
Huh?
Off pulse, sir. Hello?
Yes.
Sir, off pulse.
According to this logic, what should I expect in the first interval?
Sir, in the first interval, we will get an off pulse.
Why?
Yes, sir. Wait. Sir, it will be on, sir. It will be on.
On or off?
Sir, on.
So you haven't seen the logic?
Yes, sir. Because VE is greater than VST.
Okay, so in the second interval, that means this. It will be on or off.
In the second interval, sir, off.
So we'll
on-
get this type of pulses, isn't it? Am I right, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, mute yourself. You should follow the class.
Sir? Sir?
Follow.
Sir. Sir, the comparator here actually compares that VE error signal of the sawtooth signal, right? And then
Yes.
it gives the switching signal.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
It compares. So that is the final block. Is the comparator block. It compares the error signal VE with your the carrier signal and generate the switching signal. Okay, so this is how we are getting
Sir,
on.
why are you taking? Sir, why are you taking the carrier signal as the sawtooth or triangular, not any other waveform?
What type of waveform you want to use? Let me know.
There are
Because
many other. You can,
okay, what I will do, I will try to establish a relation which should be linear. Okay, so I will try to establish a relation of the duty cycle in terms of the V is ST cap. Okay, got my point. And this VE.
okay.
বুঝতে পেরেছো? আমি একটা রিলেশন এস্টাবলিশ করব এরপরে যেটা ডিউটি what we want actually, we want to control the duty cycle. Okay, so this duty cycle should be some sort of function or linear function of your VE, isn't it? বুঝতে পেরেছো? So this duty cycle should be a function of VE, error voltage, because the error voltage should decide the duty. Now you just tell me that if the error is more, then what should be the duty? What should be the objective? If the error becomes more, error is very high, then what should be the duty? Duty should be low or high?
Sir, when error is high, then T on will increase.
T on will increase.
Almost
So
tends to zero then.
the duty also will increase, isn't it? So that
Yes.
means we have to establish a relation between the duty cycle and this VE. That is our whole objective, and that relation should be linear. So therefore we have chosen a signal which can give me a linear relationship. So that is the whole objective. So therefore we are using this. Have you studied electrical measurements? Like where there is some CRO like that? I think
Yes,
you have studied.
Yes, sir.
Now in CRO, you know
Yes,
what is
sir.
the full form of CRO?
Cathode oscilloscope.
Now what type of signal we use in CRO as a base signal?
Sir,
Okay, so there is two
Some types of,
vertical plate pairs and
triangular.
horizontal plate pairs. In the time-based generator, what type of signal we use?
sir, some sort of triangular whose rise time is higher but less than that means fall time is smaller.
So far I can remember, we use the sawtooth wave only, because it's just like a ramp and suddenly it Okay, suppose this is the screen of your CRO or
স্যার
the
না মানে বইয়ে স্যার কিছুটা অল্প টি অফ ছিল স্যার,
okay, so
মানে
practically T of cannot be, it should not be discrete. So therefore they have mentioned some sort of, okay, is it possible to jump suddenly to a certain value? It's not possible. There should be some finite time. So therefore they have mentioned. What is the whole objective is it should scan like this. Okay, so when it will reach the extreme end after scanning, then I am making the voltage 0 so that it can return back to this original position. So like this, it will start scanning and it will increase to the furthest end, and then again it will return back to this point. So this is in this way it scans. Okay, so therefore we have to increase the voltage, and suddenly we have to drop it to 0 to make sure that it will return back to the original axis. Okay, so this is the objective of using short-tooth waveform over there. So anyway, here also our objective is to establish a linear relationship between the duty ratio and the error voltage VE. Okay. Now, if I take one triangle of your short-tooth waveform, and what is this dotted line represent? Can anybody tell me what is the dotted line represent and what is this value represent?
errors.
So this is your VE, and what is this value? What is the peak value? This is VST cap. I have already mentioned.
Maximum value of the sawtooth.
Correct. Now, if I drop a line from that, can you tell me what is this? What is the unit of this
T on.
length? Okay, so this is correct. This is the T on. So this is the unit of T because I am taking the horizontal axis, so it is the unit of time. So this is T on, and this overall is T. From the above curves, this is T on and this is T. Okay, so what I am doing here, I am just repeating. Just a minute, some time. Okay, so what I am doing here, I am concentrating over one particular short tooth, and that I have drawn here, which is give me some T on for this, and T is this. So this is how I have drawn the triangle. Okay, so this is VE and this is VST. Okay, now actually we have two triangles. Let me write here. So this is A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, now if I compare these two triangles, that means your, okay, so E, and this is, suppose this is F. So B, D, F and A, B, C. So these two are the two triangles which I want to compare. Okay, so what we can write from it? Can't we write that DF? Okay, so DF by BC, na? Not DF, I think it is BF. BF by BC equals to what we can write? Y-axis
DF by AC.
The previous one. So it is df by AC. Okay, so what is BF here? T on. What is BC? T. What is DF? What is DF? Quick.
Sir, V.
TE, and what is AC?
The
VST
cap.
VST cap. Okay. Now what is this T on by T? This is only the duty cycle. Okay, so this is how we can establish the relation between the duty cycle and your error signal. And here you can see that DST just a value. So that means D is a linear function of your error voltage or control voltage VE. Okay. So by assuming this triangular or this sawtooth waveform, actually we have established a relation between the duty cycle and the error voltage VE. The linear relationship we can establish. Okay, so this is the basics of PWM. So this is how we can generate a PWM signal. Is that point clear? Any question from you? Okay. Can you tell me that in other parts, what are the things you have studied here?
Sir, Imar sir has just started the uncontrolled rectifier and only the R load. That is
Okay. So what kind of rectifier you have studied? Half wave, full wave, bridge. বলো কি ধরনের রেকটিফায়ার পড়ানো হচ্ছে না হাফ ওয়েভ না ফুল ওয়েভ না ব্রিজ Have you studied the bridge rectifier?
Sir, we have studied the bridge rectifier in previous
আগে পড়েছো ব্রিজ রেকটিফায়ার?
হ্যাঁ স্যার ছিল আমাদের ফার্স্ট।
মানে ইলেকট্রনিক্সে?
has
ওকে। তো ব্রিজটা তো মনে আছে তো? ব্রিজের কটা লেগ?
sir, মনে আছে।
কটা লেগ? Suppose if you go to Howrah Bridge, how many legs you have? বলো। In Howrah Bridge, how many legs are there? How many supports are there? Huh? Legs are basically supports.
There aren't any supports.
Huh? Okay.
So there aren't any supports.
There's a hanging one, isn't it? But in our normal
Yes, sir.
rectifier, there are a few legs, isn't it? So how many legs are present there? Why are you silent? You have studied bridge rectifier so many times.
4.
No, it's 2 only. 2 legs, but 4 switches. 4 devices are there. 4 diodes or 4 other devices. Legs are 2. 2 legs are there.
স্যার লেগ বলতে কোনটা? মানে স্যার এই টার্মটা ছিল না।
The term
Yes,
you
sir.
have not, I understood that you have not come across this term. So therefore, the inverter which you have, the bridge rectifier which you have studied in electronic classes is little bit different from what you should study in this particular subject. So therefore, I have mentioned. So there are other terms as well which will come across in this particular subject. Okay, so anyway, and this bridge rectifier circuit or the bridge circuit which you have studied is very important one in this power electronics, because the same bridge circuits we can use for any converter. Any converter means all the types of converters, like DC to AC, AC to DC, DC to DC, everywhere. Like in the rectifier, you are using that bridge rectifier. In the inverter also, you will use the bridge inverter. In the DC-DC converter also, we can use a bridge DC-DC converter in non-isolated form. That I haven't discussed because that is not there in your syllabus. But I will definitely give you some introduction of that once I will discuss the bridge inverter, full bridge inverter. Okay, so there I will discuss that. So the bridge circuits are very important. So anyway, so therefore I am just asking that whether you have studied the bridge rectifier already in the other part. So in inverter, so I should not mention what is the objective of making an inverter. It converts what does it convert? What is the objective of using inverter? Okay, so we should mention like this. It converts DC to variable AC. Okay, or DC to regulated AC. Okay, fixed DC to regulated AC. When we call what is the objective of DC-DC converter or chopper, we should mention like this, that it converts a fixed DC to a variable DC or regulated DC. Okay. So the first type of inverter is called the voltage source inverter. Inverter, or in short, it is called the VSI. Another type is called the current source inverter, where it acts like a current source. It's called the CSI. Okay, so this is one type of categorizing your inverter. Other types are also there, like 180-degree conduction mode, 120-degree conduction mode, etc. Okay, so in VSI, the input voltage remains constant, but the output voltage is varied. That I have mentioned when I defined this inverter. Okay, so here the input voltage is fixed and the output voltage is a variable AC. Okay, so output voltage, remember, is output voltage. Okay, now in CSI, the input is constant current. Remember, not the voltage. Input current is constant, and sometimes it also depends on the nature of the load also, and there we can control the current, we can regulate the current in CSI. Okay, now under the VSI, we have two types of modes, we should say type of mode of operation. The first one is 180-degree mode of conduction. Number 2, 120-degree mode of conduction. Okay, but these two modes of conduction will be used for is a specific type of BSI, that is the bridge voltage source inverter, bridge type of voltage source inverter, not other types of voltage source inverter. Because bridge ছাড়াও bridge voltage source inverter ছাড়াও আরো কিছু type of voltage source inverters আছে। Okay, তো এইটা হচ্ছে তোমার type of mode type based on the mode of operation. Now another type is the topology of the circuit. Another category is there, that based on the topology of the circuit, what type of topology we are using for the particular circuit. Based on that, the VSI can be divided into 3: push-pull inverter, half-bridge inverter, and full-bridge inverter. So these are the category of VSI based on the topology used. Okay, so from the next class we'll start the detailed discussion on inverters. First we will start with the push-pull inverter, then half-bridge and the full-bridge. Okay, so here we should end our class. If you have any question, you can ask. Anything regarding today's class or maybe previous class, you can ask me.
So can you scroll down?
Yes. And what portion you want?
The last page. The classification of VSI according to topology, that one. Thank you, sir.
According to the topology, there are 3 types: push-pull inverter, half-bridge inverter, and full-bridge inverter. Push-pull inverters are very basic topology where the number of switches are very less. Okay, any question from the students? But one thing I should tell you, that you are not attending the class sincerely. That you should admit. Isn't it? জানি না তোমাদের কিসে অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, কিন্তু তোমরা ক্লাসটা ঠিকঠাক করছো না, সিনসিয়ারলি করছো না। Your feedback is very bad. In second year also I got a little better feedback, but now it is very poor, very, very poor.